No problem. So number 4, Halachah number 4. The following rules apply when a person is confronted. When a person is confronted with the performance of the mitzvah and the study of the Torah. Okay. If the mitzvah can be performed by another individual, he should not interrupt his studies. If not, he should perform the mitzvah and then return to his studies. It's very interesting. So we're going to read again. But many people they look actually. And unfortunately, the way to dump the Torah study, so they look just waiting for opportunities. So, but other people that I know who do not want to interrupt the Torah study, so they would give the person who invited them somewhere this interrogation to make sure, am I person number 10 or are you going to have 10? So get somebody else. Just leave me alone. I have a Torah study session. I'm not going to cancel. Very interesting. Continue. The following rules apply when a person is confronted with the performance of the mitzvah and the Torah study. Commentary 21. And the performance of the mitzvah would cause him to interrupt his studies. So it's whatever is it. Even to pray, they need a minyan. Okay, so they need a minyan for mincha, but I'm learning. Go get somebody else. Right? Just because I'm closer, and it does not mean that I'm going to now interrupt my study and go just because you need 10 people. Okay, it's simple. The explanation is simple. The praying with minyan is rabbinical, and studying the Torah is biblical. Why should I interrupt my biblical to go with you do rabbinical mitzvah? If it is a time and you're going to miss the time, or maybe if they cannot find anybody else, so maybe, and you would be allowed actually while they pray, and you would be allowed to study Torah. That's another thing. But otherwise, just tell them no. Okay. So it says. Let me actually read the whole sentence from the beginning. The following rules apply when a person is confronted with the performance of the mitzvah and study of the Torah. If this mitzvah can be performed by another individual, he cannot interrupt his studies. Cannot. 22. Okay. The case of Mishnah cites the following narrative from Yerushalayim Talmud, Pesachim 3:7. Rabbi Abahu sent his son to study in Tiberias. When he came to visit, the local people praised his son for the piety of burying the dead. When he heard this, Rabbi Abahu rebuked his son severely. Is it because there are no graves in Caesarea that I send you in Tiberias? They're like, you normal, I send you to yeshiva and you do all of this burying of the dead? All of any ignoramus can do that. All of this, other people can do that. Not I pay for you to study Torah. That's what you do. Even though it is a big mitzvah to bury the dead, but there are many other people who can do it as good. Moed Katan 9b derives the priority of study over the performance of the mitzvahs as follows. Proverbs 3:15 states. So Proverbs, it's a Mishnah, 3:15 states. None of your desires can be equated to it, the Torah, right? Implying that your desires, double quote, there is things that the man wants cannot be equated to the Torah study, but God's desires. There is the mitzvahs can be equated with it. So your desires cannot be equated with it, but God's desires can be equated to this. To the Torah side. And what is the God desires? Mitzvahs. That's what He wants us to do, mitzvahs. In a contrast, in Mishlei 8:11 states, no desire, seemingly implying even God's desire, the mitzvahs, can be equated to it. So meaning what? Okay, so very interesting. So how can the two be resolved? So in one case, in one of the lines of Proverbs, it says that all of the mitzvah equated to one more time. mitzvahs can be, all of the mitzvah can be equated to it, and here it said not even, no mitzvah can be equated to it. Okay, so what is the resolution? How can the two be resolved? When it is possible for a mitzvah to be performed by another individual, nothing takes precedence of the Torah study. So, okay, send somebody else, pay him, right? However, if there is no one else to perform the mitzvah, the performance of the mitzvah is given priority. However, if there is no one else to perform the mitzvah, the performance of the mitzvah is given priority. Of course, what is the performance? Performance of the mitzvah, I mean, if there is no somebody else on the road and there is a dead body, so even Kohen Gadol would be obligated to bury this body. But it's an exception, or only you can do some other mitzvahs. Okay. So, or getting married. So there is mitzvah to get married. So only you can get married, nobody else, like to this lady. Okay, so verse 21. Okay, so let's read the whole sentence. The following rules apply when a person is confronted with the performance of the mitzvah and study of the Torah. So we just explained if possible that somebody else did do it or not possible, right? If mitzvah can be performed by another individual, he should not interrupt his study. Okay, that's what we just commented. If not, he should perform the mitzvah and then return to the study. If not, number 23. If there is no way the mitzvah can be performed by another person, for example, paying honor to the deceased person or collecting charity. So this guy is the best in charity, or that's his job. Okay, that's what he must do. When one's position will cause one's words to have greater effect than those of other people. I mean, he's a good speaker. He's good charity collector, right? People trust him. They like him. Okay, so it's better for him to go and collect charity for a good cause than somebody else. Okay, some other people can also do it, but not as effective as that person, which makes sense. Number 24. So he should perform the mitzvah and return to his studies. So number 24. Bracha 17a teaches the ultimate of knowledge is teshuva and good deeds. The ultimate of knowledge is teshuva and good deeds. Okay, so let's see. Similar, so teshuva means to return, right, and good deeds. Okay. Similarly, Yerushalayim Talmud, Brachos 1:2, states that it would be preferable for a person to study without performing mitzvahs ever to have been created. Just 1 second. It would be preferable for a person who study without performing of the mitzvah never have been created. So if he only study all of this theoretic stuff and never does any mitzvah, so it's better for him, as the Yerushalayim Talmud says, never been created. So we have to see that, on one hand, we said that the Torah study is the highest of the highest. On one hand, it is true, nobody denies it. But if he does not put these mitzvahs to action, right? So it's better for him never been created. So because they make these people make of the Torah some kind of philosophy book, has for shown that they enjoy. Not instruction for life. So we see the Torah instruction for life. So I see what what Rambam said about being angry. Let's say. So I'm trying to work myself not to be angry. I see what the Torah teaches how to give tzedakah. So I learn how to give tzedakah, and I go and give practically tzedakah. Not theoretically. Not I know all of these intricate details and never give a penny. No, I learn. And do good deeds. That's the proper way. Thus, Yerushalayim Talmud in Shabbos 1:2 relates that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who would not interrupt his study even for prayer, would stop studying, build the sukkah, and bind his lulav. Very interesting. Right? So Rabbi Shimon behind his cave. For prayers, he would not stop. But as we said, prayers is actually like praying in your own words. This is actually biblical. Okay. But he would what? He would build his sukkah and bind the lulav. Very interesting. The rationale behind the above statement can be explained as follows. As explained in the commentary to chapter 1, Halachah 3, the ultimate level of fulfillment man can reach it's a step beyond humanity and fulfill God's will, as revealed in the Mitzvahs. That's how we become superhuman, right? Right? Through the what? Through the learning of the Torah and fulfillments of God's will. Nevertheless, priority is given to Torah study because it possesses twofold advantage over the other mitzvahs. First, it leads to the other fulfillment, right? Other fulfillment. Second, to their fulfillment. I'm sorry, to the fulfillment of the Torah, to the mitzvahs. He knows what to do. Second, it allows for internalized connection to be established with a person and God. So the deeper you learn into mitzvah, the deeper you go. At least as how much HaShem allows us to go. So the deeper you become attached to the mitzvahs, right? Even like simple, like washing hands after your meal, right? So, but the more you learn, the more deeper you go, the more you getting attached to the mitzvah, and through this mitzvah you're getting close to HaShem. However, when a person ignores the fulfillment of the mitzvahs, both of those advantages are lost. So these people, they're never close to HaShem. That if anything, they're removed from HaShem. Obviously, who do not do the mitzvahs. Obviously, the study does not lead to deeds. The study does not lead to deed, and furthermore, his intellectual activity appears to be a matter of personal interest and not process of connection to God. So it's actually, as we said before, it's like for some people it's just enjoyment. They like they do crosswords or like puzzles, or they do Gemara. Maybe Gemara is multi-level. It's more interesting for them, right? More stimulating than other things. So he would learn not because it is God said so and it's God's wisdom. This no, because simply because he likes it, because he enjoys it. Okay.